Hi YouTube, what's up? Recently I got a personal message from, I don't remember the channel name right now, but you know who you are, about the difference between your standard low cap, mid cap magazine and high cap mags. And what's the difference between a low quality, the standard one that comes with your M4, and the high quality, the one that you can get aftermarket. Right here I have a classic Army mag. I'm not sure if you can see that, but whatever. This one's classic Army, this one's just standard. Anyways, they asked me what the difference was and why the prices are so, high for the aftermarket brands. Usually the aftermarket brands are either A, just made in China, or made in Japan, where airsoft was, basically isolated for a good 20 years before it came to the U.S., or became popularized in the U.S., and because, well, it's either the material they make it out of, or the actual parts they use. But anyways, I'll clear all that up just now. So the first thing you're going to notice about your low cap compared to your high cap mags is that your high caps have a sort of latch, or a sliding door on the top, and that you can use to pour BBs into. Then you wind the bottom of the magazine, that gear, and then you get your ammunition. With the low caps and the mid caps, though, you got to inject your ammo with usually a speed loader. The reason that is because low caps and mid caps use a spring to push all the ammunition up to the feed lip. Now, this is a mid cap, so the spring's pretty darn long. The spring is comprised of just the spring itself and this little plastic nub. And you don't want to lose that, because that's actually what feeds the BBs. Anyway, so quick tip: when you're releasing your latch, looks like this. First of all, don't lose this, and second of all, make sure that you're pointing it towards your stomach, or like towards the ground, because this thing is usually under compression, or under pressure or whatever, and it'll shoot out. Mine shot clear across my room into my clothes basket, and that was pretty dramatic. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about the mid and low caps. You may have noticed earlier, yes, I've already taken them apart. The insides of the mags are exactly the same. It's just the outer shell. Doesn't make a difference. This one's classic Army though, so it's probably feels like a bit of a heavier metal. Maybe it's a different combination of tin and steel and iron and all that. But here are the two inside mechanisms. So can you tell them apart? I didn't think so. But now that I've flipped them over, you can probably tell them apart, because this part is metal and this part is plastic on this mechanism. So you're probably guessing, oh, metal, that must be classic Army. And you're right. The classic Army magazine is physically identical to the standard mag. But the only big difference is that I've seen is that the winding feels different. The winding on this magazine, I'm betting it has more gears to bear the load of the spring being compressed in there. Because as you wind and you have a full tube, the spring is compressed, so that when you start firing ammunition, the spring will unwind and feed more ammunition, which is quite convenient, really. This one, there's not as much load bearing, so when the spring is being compressed, you can easily feel that it's getting harder and harder to wind. This one, the strength that you need to wind it with is pretty much exactly the same throughout. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that you really need to know about the high cap, low cap, and then the different qualities of the high cap magazines. The 450 round high caps are exactly the same kind of mechanism. I haven't gotten to open one up, but I'm betting that they're just the same. The only difference is the 450s are longer. One important thing, you'll notice that this one right here, this Hegs key one goes to the classic Army one, and then this Phillips head goes to the generic one. The size that you're going to want for taking apart the classic Army one is, I believe, well, I use the 5/64 one. It's about this big. It fits just right in there real snug, and you can undo it. This one right here is just your standard Phillips head. Anything around, I'd say, this size. Just a model screwdriver. But that's pretty much everything. So I hope I answered your question to the best of my ability. Thank you for your comments, and if you have any more, please comment under this video or send me a message. Thank you. Shoot on.